So, this is Isabella. I can't pronounce her last name. I never have been able to, even though we've only known each other for like 20 years. How long have we known each other?
I think it's been at least, okay, so for sure 10 years.
Yeah,
sure
easily
15,
10 years.
Easily 10 to 15 years.
I want to say 17 years.
Yeah, I said that seems about right, because it's been a while.
17 years. I'm only 23.
I know, I'm only 22.
Oh my gosh. We met each other such a long time ago.
But yeah.
And she doesn't talk to me anymore.
I know.
I literally had to schedule a video for us to actually talk to each other.
Honestly because like we used to like we would randomly like FaceTime and talk to each other.
And then what happened?
And then I don't know what happened. That's what I'm saying.
I'll tell you what happened. She dyed her hair blonde. She joined a modeling agency. She's flying to Miami. She's flying to New York. She's taking pictures with everyone. Like she's modeling for like Victoria's Secret, Abercrombie & Fitch, Calvin Klein. I have no chance anymore. Like there's nothing that I can possibly be like, hey, how about we just get cake? Which by the way,
it's so good.
Eating like the most, look at that.
Right.
The most delicious
it's such a pretty
cake.
Color too. Like it's a really good chocolate color. Like you know you can tell
so
when it's
good
a good
too.
chocolate cake when it's like a good, like it's not like a, you know how those chocolate cakes do in the store, they're like super duper dark.
Costco.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out Costco.
Look, Costco has good cakes and they know how to feed you.
They do, and they're good for like a big group of people or people that like don't really like. I mean, they really don't care
about gaining weight.
Or no, that's like wait.
Let's just put it where it is.
No, but like they don't care about like it being like good quality per se. Like they're just like, oh, I'll eat it because it's like a 20 pack of muffins.
Right,
like,
right. Like
for the whole soccer team.
They're not drinking like that coffee, and they're like, I can taste that it's like the coffee bean came from Brazil.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's not.
Because people actually do that.
Yeah.
It's incredible to witness.
I have friends who are really, really into coffee, and that's why I started to drink coffee more. But like they're into it, like they can literally tell if it's Starbucks coffee, if it's like a bad brand of coffee, if it's a good coffee. I'm like, what? I just drink my like really cheap drugstore. What do you call it? Gas station coffee, and I'm like, this is okay.
Okay, there's a certain point where it's like it gets too much, right? Because like I know people who like they're like weed aficionados. Okay. I don't smoke weed, right? But these people that I hang out with, they do it like religiously.
So it's beer. There are people who
beer
like,
the same way.
They're like, I wouldn't call myself that, but I'm pretty picky about quality of beer.
Oh no, these weed guys are on point. Like they can smell it and they're like, this is like the Argentinian blend. I'm like, what? Like these people are so good. Like if they see a blunt, they can give like an address where it was rolled. Like it's amazing what they can do.
They're like bloodhounds.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, like
that's wild.
Weed hounds.
But yeah, so it's been forever since we've seen each other because I've been busy. You've been busy. You're working full time.
No.
Is it?
Well, I am, but don't use that as an excuse.
Oh, it's like 9 to 5, and then I have classes, and then I'm starting my master's this fall, so it's like stuff's happening.
So it's master's degree and modeling for Victoria's Secret and Calvin Klein and Abercrombie. Like what else is like? What are the big companies? Perfume, like Chanel commercials, she's in them. But by the way, if all the stuff
I'm gonna see how long it takes people to realize.
Yeah, if all this stuff actually happens, I'm totally gonna say that I brought you up there because I said it first. And I don't think I'd
ever work for
I'm gonna take full credit for no responsibility.
Wait,
that makes
sense?
No
responsibility? So
I'm gonna take all credit.
I have no affiliation.
That means I did nothing, but I deserve everything. That's how you do it.
Okay, that's fair. I mean,
that's fair. Like if it's not fair,
if you want to say that, sure, I'm not gonna fight you on it. How's
it going though? Like what is? Because growing up, I did not think that you become a model. I mean, granted, I didn't think I would become a model either, but look at me. I'm pretty gorgeous.
I don't know. People just told me that like to pose, and I just do it, and then it just kind of went from there. Like I did a few fashion shows, and then people were like,
"You did fashion shows?"
Yeah. People were like, "You're really good at this," and I was like, "Thank you." I thought I looked like an idiot the whole time. They were like, "You look really good."
Well, you can look like an idiot and still be good at it.
I mean, you know, whenever you feel like you do a bad job on an exam or something, and then you get the score back and you get like an A, and you're like, oh.
I know that was you from day one. No. She's the person who like, she'll walk out of the exam and she's like, oh my gosh, I failed. Yeah. And then grades come back, it's like 4.0. Don't do that. Yeah, no one likes that.
I think all my luck has been used up on that. Like, now that's why I think I'm unlucky. People are like, oh, you should buy, like, you know, when all those good things happen at the same time, they're like, oh, buy a lottery ticket, right? I'm like, no, if I buy a lottery ticket, like I will lose. I lose at like anything that's like a simple like bingo or simple things that are like chance games, like BS, like I will lose at them.
You don't get like a quotient of luck when you're born.
I think you do.
No, you don't. That's not how that works.
I mean,
it's like everyone gets X amount of luck, and every time you get lucky, just lower, lower. That's not how that goes.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. But the point is that, yeah, I should like few shows, because some of my friends, a lot of my friends are into like they're into fashion and design stuff, and they work with different brands in Detroit, and so they were like asking like if I knew anybody, and then I was like, I don't mind, and that's how I got into it. So yeah. I
want to say I have worked with fashion in Detroit, as you know I have. Just saying, there's a video I actually did do something. I'm a very bad model,
but I think modeling is like, I think it isn't. I think anyone can honestly, like you said, be a good model. Like you just have to have like a good like resting bitch. For girls, the resting bitch face.
You need one.
You really do, because like us, like for when you're modeling clothes, like some designers want you to like have a facial expression, and sometimes they just want you to be like dead mad, because they don't want to take away from the clothes, right? If you're giggling and laughing, they're like, okay, well everyone's looking at your face instead of your outfit, you know?
Oh.
And I think like walking around the city so much and just like walking around on campus, I'm so used to putting on like don't talk to me face and like resting bitch face, where I'm very good at it now.
Yeah, her stories of boys on campus.
Ooh,
you could start a whole YouTube channel.
I could. People keep telling me to, and I'm like,
I have this other friend too, like Akshaya, if you're watching this, please, like there are so many women who have horrible stories with guys. And I was like, you know, if the world, like, it's hilarious, some of the things that
it's hilarious looking back on it. Like, it's hilarious. In the moment, I was like mad and like kind of upset. But for the most part, it was like very like, looking back, it's hilarious. Because you're just like guys have so much confidence on things like that. Like most girls would never approach a guy the way that guys approach girls. And it's just hilarious.
Hey, can I get your number?
See, like my go-to is always, like, my go-to is whenever a random guy comes up to me, or they'll ask for my Instagram or Snap, I'll be like, yeah, I don't have one. And then they usually don't.
Come on, that's your lie.
I know, but then they usually don't.
Why didn't you say I have a boyfriend?
No, because I've done that before. I said I was engaged before, and they still were like, well, that can change.
Wait,
it's exactly where that can change.
Wait, you said I've been engaged before, and they said
I've been engaged before, and he said that can change.
That's how you do it. That is a
me and
man
my fake
right there.
fiance are very offended by this, that you think that our relationship isn't strong enough. Like, and I was like, also,
right, there is no fiance. What relationship?
But it's like a side note. It's like, why? I don't know why people or guys specifically think it's like, I don't know where it comes from. And I'm sure like some girls are like that too, but it's always whenever I've talked to friends, it's always like guys who like act like that, who are like, oh, that could change, or your boyfriend doesn't matter. And I'm also
I can change you.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm hot. Of course, like, why do you think I wouldn't take it?
I'm
like,
hot.
Like, yeah, I get why you're trying.
But the question is, are you taken? That's what I thought. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, the world needs to know the story. We're not gonna get into that now, because this is another one of those YouTube channel videos. Make a YouTube channel. Why don't you?
Well, I think I'll do like maybe like once I start med school.
Once you start you're not gonna have time for shit once you start med school.
It'll be like a fun little hobby. It'll be like
you're not gonna have hobbies in med school.
Dude, there are so many med school YouTubers. There's a lot. Like Strive to Fit, she's really cool, and like she does like vlogs of like how her classes are, and then she also like talks about like, you know, like how her life is in medical school, and like how you can do other things on the side and stuff like that. So it's like very informative. And she talks about how she got into medical school, how her career through undergrad was. So.
Okay, so I tried making a video for like engineering. It failed miserably.
Well, because I feel like engineers aren't like people who would watch YouTube videos.
Exactly.
Like med students would watch. They would literally procrastinate and go on YouTube. That's what they do.
I started, actually what got YouTube going, because like I started doing the, I call like real engineer watches videos, which for someone who's supposed to be one of my best friends, she doesn't watch. So let me explain to you. No, let me just tell them how she doesn't watch anything of mine. The last time we talked, I had like 100 subscribers, okay? Now I'm at like 720.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. Humble brag.
I know, that's only been like a few months. Like, okay, not a few months, but like, let's start talking about you. We haven't talked to each other in like at least 6 months, right?
Yes.
And that's not a lot of time.
And that's not from my lack of trying, that's from her lack of responding.
We
pettiness is gonna be awesome.
We texted today, and we both were saying, he called me, we were both like, where did all of our texts
go?
Because we sent text and there's like no text.
Because, like when you texted me, I was looking through it, and I was like,
no text.
It cut off like halfway in the screen, and I was
and I was like,
there should be more. Yeah, there's nothing left.
No. We're going to use brownies in the back.
But yeah, so your YouTube channel has been doing pretty good. I'm glad.
The engineering ones are those are the videos people love to watch.
That's interesting. I would not think that per se.
I didn't think so either. Okay, like thank you to Pranav Biswas who gave me the idea. Like at first I watched like a Dragon Ball Z video just to react to it, and I was like, I thought this was so
Reaction
stupid.
videos are really good though.
I thought it was stupid because I'm like, why would anyone watch me watch a video?
Dude, you ever seen the K-pop bands? K-pop.
Dude, K-pop fans are wild.
They do that. They will literally find any reaction video from their favorite artist and like watch all of them, like and repeatedly. Like there are literally channels devoted just to like reaction videos.
I know. It's okay, but I never thought like. So my videos aren't like I mean they are, but more than just reaction videos. Like I actually talk. So like this is the video, right? Like one of the videos that went viral was like Real Engineer watches Big Bang Theory. It got like over 100,000 views.
That one. That one was really. I like that one. Because Big Bang Theory is like
so nice of you.
Because Big Bang Theory is like there's a lot of things in it. Even like as somebody who's not an engineer, like I took all these science classes, STEM major, whatever people want to call it. But it's like that. It was really funny because I never had seen Big Bang Theory until like a year ago, and I watched like a few episodes, and it was like so cringy, but also like so funny because you're like, why?
You get involved with the characters,
right? I think was her name Penny?
Yes.
The only issue I had was all the nerdy girls were like ugly, stereotypically ugly. And
and then
like,
she was
I didn't
like
think they were
super
ugly.
hot and stupid.
And then I was like, that's not true. There are people who are really hot and they're nerdy and they're like really smart, and you're like, oh my god.
It's just like
Right?
it's too much. It's too much. Yeah,
like isolating Pary, guys.
I'm not someone who would brag, but
if someone else does it for me,
yes,
jump on.
and I'll totally brag. So let me tell you this really quick. There was there doesn't like the John Hopkins thing, like a long time ago. I haven't. So I'm gonna tell the internet now. I applied to John Hopkins to like I applied there for a job to work like in their physics department, and instead they actually were like, hey, so we can't give you this job because you're like totally not qualified enough. Okay, I was ambitious. Okay, I was not at all qualified.
Swear.
Yeah, but instead they were like, hey, you have a degree in biomedical engineering, we could totally get you into med school. And I was like, what?
Med school? Who's that? Hello?
Right? And like, they gave me like this unbelievably ridiculous ass deal because I did not need to take the MCAT.
Yeah, you were telling me about that, and I was like,
it was unbelievable.
When was this? Like, when did this actually happen? Like, was this like a few years ago?
This happened,
or was this
during my senior year of engineering? I was applying to like full-time jobs. This is before I got my job I have now, and that's when.
I remember you talking about it, and then I was like, dude, that's a great job.
I know, yeah,
You're like, MCAT, like, that's an 8-hour exam you don't want to take if you don't have to take it. So. They
just said like, don't. They pretty much said I had to like I had to work for them. Like they would pay me for it. Like like part of my thing was like I had to work for them, and then they would just get me into med school. And
the battery's low.
Man, why is it? Okay, 1 second. We'll be right back. Okay, so really quick, they will read, like the colleges will read your letter of rec from your professors. Just like what I was trying to telling is that, fair name, telling Isabella, best friends, I love her, telling Isabella is that one of my professors actually wrote me a letter of recommendation to John Hopkins, and that is a huge reason why they were willing to accept me, because they don't just do that for fun, right? They don't. But like my professor was able to vouch for me, like, because like I did medical research with her. I was not legally allowed to do like I couldn't work with patients.
Yeah, obviously.
Wasn't allowed to. But I was allowed to
do the research.
Yes. Like when she gave me like data points.
Stuff.
Yeah, I could do that stuff, no problem. But I couldn't actually interact with them.
Yeah.
I could be in the room with her, but I couldn't talk to her.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's like a really good opportunity. And I think everyone thinks that, especially for big name universities like MIT, Johns Hopkins, that they wouldn't care about these things.
They
like,
care,
They care a lot more than grades. Because like at this point, everybody who's getting into Johns Hopkins has proved themselves like academically in some way. So they don't care about how smart you are because everyone's already smart. They're just like, what makes you different?
It's about like I told like my sister this because she's a psychologist too. Aww, it's about like how much.
That's crazy.
I know, right? It's how much extra you do, not how good you are in the same run.
And
like
it's how passionate you are for the things you do. Like just don't do something because it like looks good on an application. Like do it because you want to do it, because that's how you get a good letter of recommendation. That's how you get into programs that you maybe
letters
are,
of
like,
rec matter. Letters of recommendation matter. Like I can't. Probably the best advice that like I don't know how we got to put in the conversation.
We're talking about the Johns Hopkins program.
That's true. So part of that is like get to a point where like if you can get to like a one-on-one research with a professor, like you don't have to like do crazy like graduate level stuff, but
literally you
just
can just do like paperwork for them and not
like so what's more important like for a first job stuff too is like you don't have to like. So if you ask for a letter of rec, right? Like obviously you're an undergrad, they're not gonna be like, oh, he co-authored this paper. Like no, probably not gonna happen, right? But it can be
unless
like,
they did.
unless they did, which by Lord, you're already so far ahead of the game. But most of the letter of rec, like I had to read mine.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's my professor asked me if I wanted to read it, and I'm like, nah, I trust you.
Yeah, well.
Because I also felt weird like looking at it, because traditionally it's always like you're not allowed to look at them.
The reason I was able to read mine was because like for one, I didn't know that she sent it.
True,
right?
true.
So the other one was like when I had told her I was working at, because I still email her like once in a while. And I'm like, so I'm working at like this company now, I'm not gonna say it, but I work here, because I don't know what the rules and whatever is. So like it's an engineering company, right, automotive, and then I got, like she sent me the letter, and she was like, hey, so if you need me to write a letter for you, like, I will, like, this is the outline of it, but we can,
like, yeah.
Because she wrote it from the perspective of me being a student, so she was like, here's just like she did not mention GPA once in the whole letter.
That's when you know it's a good letter of recommendation. Some professors like will not write a letter unless they know your GPA, unless they know every single which is crazy because, I mean, yes, that's fair, but also like you should be able to like write a good letter without mentioning your GPA once and convince like a committee that they're good enough academically.
Models are smart guys. And I'm just talking about me.
I try. No.
Okay, wait, are you looking at this part of the camera or that part?
I try to look at both parts. It's confusing. You should look at this one?
Definitely look at this part. Because if you're looking at this, like watch this. Like we'll watch the screen for a second. So if you're looking at like this part, see how I'm like looking at the camera? But now watch my eyes, right? So now I'm looking up at the screen. So wow, that was like a huge difference. But like, so if you rewatch, yeah, that was way too much emphasis, right? But if you rewatch the video, it's gonna look like this. Hey everyone, how are you?
I'm sorry, I'm not a YouTuber, guys.
I'm just saying. Actually, maybe like I'm gonna leave it up there because I leave this part up here so people can see like if they're in the frame.
Yeah, sure.
But like you want to like look at like the lens part. Don't look at like that.
Got it.
Fun facts.
Getting mansplained. I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, but yeah, so the Johns Hopkins program. Oh, you're just gonna leave, guys. It's just me now. It's just me running the show. Pary has left the building. Oh, welcome back. Welcome to my channel. Hi, YouTube.
How many arguments have we gotten over like feminism and politics?
A lot. Actually, I feel like we say the same thing, but like slightly differently, and that's what the issue is. It's not like we are disagreeing. It's just that we're both saying the same, very similar things, but like just slightly different.
Because I think we both want the same goal.
Yeah.
It's a matter of how you get there.
Yeah, I agree.
But FYI, you can disagree on politics and still be friends. It's completely okay.
Yeah, and I think as long as it's not like a fundamental thing, like I don't have any friends that are Trump supporters because like I don't agree with anything that he does, and I don't think that I could be friends with somebody who's like accepting of that. But like things like there are small disagreements, like how to go about certain things. I'm like, I'm not gonna hate you over it. Like that's just stupid. There are more important things in life to deal with than hating someone over what their political beliefs are.
Bro.
If they're not like a fundamental issue.
Hating someone takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
It's a lot of unnecessary energy, I feel like.
Actually, wait, let me like zoom in that.
What?
Hating someone takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of work.
I prefer, like if I don't like someone, I just don't talk to them anymore. I'll just avoid talking to them.
Yeah, for 6 months.
I'll just avoid, like, or I'll just cut them, honestly I'll just cut them out of my life, and I won't talk to them anymore. No, genuinely, because I'm like, it's a waste of my energy. I don't like being around you. I feel uncomfortable around you. We don't agree on the same things. Like, I think to any core of a friendship, you need to agree on certain things, or you need to have a certain compatibility. And if you don't have that, it's like, why am I gonna waste my time? Do you agree? Yeah. So I feel like we agree on most things. Right?
Oh yeah, I mean we can hang out and never mention politics. It just so happens that we haven't spoken in a long time. That's why we're mentioning it out. But like no, like I'm totally cool like inviting you to anything. Yeah. Be like, hey, like she's fun. But there are other people who like that's all they talk about.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, when it's like becomes the focus of a conversation. Yeah. I feel like you should have conversations without mentioning, like yes, they do affect you every day, but I feel like there are select people you can.
Yeah, but a lot stuff affects you every day. Like you can't just bring up taxes every day. You know, like we don't want to hear about that shit every single day.
I think it's like really important for like comedians to have. They have a really good platform, like Hassan Minaj. Who else have I been watching?
Not me, apparently.
Yeah, not apparently. But it's always good because they like make, and like Trevor Noah, they always like make fun of like issues that are going on in the world, but they do it in a way to like take your mind off of issues, right? Because like you don't want to sit and go to like Trevor Noah's show and cheer about you know Trump again. Like he makes jokes about other things that are about other issues, and you know.
In my experience, if you can laugh at a past experience, you can get over it.
Exactly,
Like,
I agree.
If you can laugh about it, it doesn't control you anymore.
Yeah.
That's part of the big, like, that's a huge reason why I started doing comedy. So much crap that I couldn't let go of. You talk about it on stage, suddenly, like, when you say things out loud, you'll realize how dumb they actually sound. Like, I used to, like, one of the things, like, it used to really get to me, just the way that I looked on stage. There are certain like behavioral tics that I do that when I watch myself, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm doing this and this and this and this. But if someone else is watching me, they don't notice any of those.
That's true, because you're always harsher on yourself than you are.
Yeah, it's only me. So I was like, wait, you didn't see any of that? And they're like, no, not until you pointed it out. And I'm like, oh, well.
Because sometimes, I mean, I feel like everybody when they present or they're like talking in front of a group of people, they would do like certain things, like move their hands or they play with their hair or whatever. And I think those are like normal things. So people don't notice them as much as you think they would, because everyone's like, oh, I'm used to it.
Do you notice that like when you are doing, because like doing video and doing photography is slightly different. Like, so if I'm doing like video, right, it's pretty easy for me to just like if there's ever a point in the video where I don't like the way I look, I can just be like, oh, whatever. Like, I can like brush over it, add some music behind it. I can add enough distractions to the point where the person isn't focused on the thing I want them to be focused on. But if you're doing photography, you can't do that.
You gotta,
like, you are focused on what there's no music, there's no other sound, there's no dialogue. Okay, filters is great, but when you...
Or you could get it edited. A lot of some of my friends, they edit, like they'll edit pictures for me and then they'll...
But that's, okay, what I'm trying to get at is like when you see a photo, like, it can never change.
True.
Like when you see it, it's over.
It's over, yeah, that's true.
But if you're like, if I'm editing a video, I can decide how I want to present it. But if you take a photo, you can't like repose.
True. So what was the point of bringing up this?
The point of bringing that up was like when you are doing your modeling, do you ever notice things that the way that you are presenting yourself, that's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this because like I look weird, or like I wish I didn't do that.
Definitely, like the people I have done photos with, it's like easy. I like when I can look at the pictures like right after we take them. So if we do like a whole we like go to one area and we take a bunch of pictures, and I like look through the poses and I see like certain things I do that I don't like, or how I pose a certain way, or how like I'm wasting, you know, when you're taking a picture.
Do you choose the ones that the photographer uses, or do they choose it?
Usually they kind of pick. I mean, they'll send me like all of them, but then they'll like usually pick like select ones they like, and it's always funny because like the ones they pick sometimes aren't the ones that I like that much. Not like I hated them, but I'm just like, like, because it's like you're always more critical on yourself than you are with it.
Absolutely.
Like everyone else was like, oh my god, this is amazing, and I'm like, I hate this picture, like low key. Like it's not bad, but I just kind of hate it a little bit.
By the way, we actually went over our time limit because we paused, and now we're like playing over. So that's the whole video.
Oh.
That's the whole podcasts are really short now. Yeah, we recorded one that was like an hour. Now they're like really, and it never aired either.
20 minutes.
This is gonna be a little over 20 minutes, but I kind of like this conversation. That's why I didn't want to stop it. But now I think we're kind of pushing it. So thank you for being here, Miss Isabella, and thank you for watching. All of her information for Instagram and stuff will be in the description. So if you want to follow her, stalk her, do all of it.
Do all of it. Try to find the secret little Instagram posts on my stories that I hate.
She loves creepy DMs.
Yeah, all the time.
All the
slide in my DMs.
And not just mine, like from other people's too. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Stay fresh. Like,
bye.